Hello everyone, I am Punya Agarwal. She is Tushita Gupta. We both are the admins of Being ACCA, and today we have with us Tashwita Gupta in our expert session series, which is like the eighth episode of our series for SBR and FR. And I think she needs no introduction. She's everybody's favorite, even ours. So welcoming Tashwita Gupta for this session.
Thank you, Punya. Thank you so much. You're my star student, Punya and Tushita, both. Literally, FR SBR, both you guys were rocking the paper academically and otherwise in the interaction also.
Okay, so as everyone knows, the session is divided into three small segments. The first segment is the general questions that we have received from our audience. So the first question I'm shooting right at you. So SBR and FR are usually the first papers that students take up in the professional and the skill level respectively. So how do you think that they can step up from their previous level to the higher one?
Okay, so first thing I feel is you know the basics, debits and credits, right? So that's something that you should be happy about. I just shot a video on this question only. So you already know this, right? So don't be afraid of it. We tend to get this nervousness within us that, we are giving first ACCA paper, what it would be. It's nothing different. It's just that it is a professional qualification. There are certain application skills that you need to have. So you will step up step by step. You can't expect yourself that you're in the 11th grade, you've done or you're in your first year of BCom. Suddenly you will become a pro in IFRS. No, everyone have their own journey. They will learn it with time. You'll get some guidance, coaching, or you do self study also. You will read it through the text and then you will step up to the next level. So let it be a very casual process. Don't take too much of load. It's an ACC also knows that if you're starting with FR has this much level of technicality, then SBR has this much level. So they will also take you through the baby steps. So don't worry and just go through it.
Right. I remember us also having the same discussion when I was about to give my FR exam and starting with my skill level. So yeah, that definitely helps. Okay, so the next one is apart from AAA, we all know that, with SBR, AAA is a good combination. So apart from AAA, are there any other papers that go well with SBR?
I would say SBR AAA is the overlap, okay? And otherwise, you can give SBR all alone because SBR has a huge syllabus, if you see. So there are technicalities involved. Yes, you are familiar with accounting standards, undoubtedly, but there are technicalities in case studies. We start SBR with a perspective that it's an easy paper, it's accounting paper, but then we reach the middle of the preparation and we realize that there is technicality involved. And then we get that reality check that, oh my God, what I was thinking is not exactly what it is. So either you give it alone, but if you plan on to give it with something, then best is AAA. I don't see any other paper which has an overlap with SBR. It's just AAA. Rest, it's your choice. I have made absurd choices in my ACCA journey. I've given AFM and double A together. So there is no thing that there is a proper combination. But yeah, if you talk about perfect combination, then that would be SBR and AAA. It's your choice.
Right, agreed. Okay, so the last one in this segment is since there are changes in question number one of the SBR paper, so we have a pre-populated Excel sheet, everyone knows that. Now, what is the best strategy to approach that?
Okay, I've recently uploaded a podcast on this right before the exam on the pre-populated spreadsheet. So what I got to know from, because tutors also learn with experience, right? So first time pre-populated was introduced, what I got to know is first of all, you should know the journal entry. Because you have to adjust the balance sheet or you have to adjust the P&L. So mostly if it is balance sheet, it will have a dual impact, one adjustment. So you should know where it will go. And the marks that are provided for the pre-populated spreadsheet is not that if the calculation is right, then only you're getting the marks. If you have taken it in the right section, the figure is terribly wrong, still you get marks. That's something that people don't know. So the point is you should know where exactly my adjustment is going. For example, if there is something related to adjustment in the P&L and it is should be going, it is a gain related to sale of subsidiary. So that should go to investment income, right? And if you take it to COGS, whether your figure is wrong or right, doesn't matter. You'll lose the marks. So it's about the technique of, just picking up the weak area of the examiner. So examiner, his supposed to give you marks for your right posting irrespective of the figure. So know the journal entry, know which column, which row it should go. And pre-populated has reduced your time, I believe personally, because you get a direction to the case study. Now you exactly know where is the adjustment, what is the adjustment. Previously it was like everything was messy. Now you have a little direction-full question. So that's my approach to pre-populated.
Okay, so let's move forward with the next segment, which are some of the questions that we wanted to ask you. And the first one is that you now have an experience of so many years, and throughout these years of your teaching, you have checked so many mocks, so many past papers of students. So, what is one thing that you look in the answer sheet that maybe makes the student stand out from the others, and maybe you think that this student deserves little extra credits for the same?
Interesting. So here what comes in the picture is who is making my life easier. Okay, so it's not about, okay, I am a person who's free from family responsibilities. Think about an examiner. He has a family to cater to. If you write stories, I always give this funny example. If he has bought back at home and you're writing stories in front of him, he'll deduct your marks. So please make his life easier. Leave as much space as possible. In SBR specifically, FR, it's MCQ. I'm not talking about that. In SBR, where there are no professional marks, write in points. You talk about people who are working in government sector. We say pointers are not good. People who are working in government sector, my mom is working in government sector. So they prefer pointers, bullet points, because it makes a summary, it makes the job of the reader easier. So there's no harm in making bullet points. If you don't want to put a dot in front of it, make it 1 point, leave space, second point. If there are professional marks, this requirement has professional marks. SBR is easiest in that manner. You don't have 20 professional marks. You just have 4 professional marks, right? So you know that this ethics requirement has professional marks. I will write paragraphs, short, cute heading, paragraph, short, cute heading. So there should be a logical flow. Now that's something I see in the presentation way. If you talk about the content, I really prefer people to start their answer by stating the standard first. Because what happens is, if already the case study is 30 marker, there is a lot of information, it's a mess, it's an ocean. You have to make it in flow. You have to organize your ideas. So you can't simply start with the application. Case study is saying there was an economic downfall which suggests impairment. First, tell the examiner what is impairment. What is the indicator of impairment? You can't simply start with the application, no? Just think that examiner has not read the question. You are explaining the question to the examiner. So you are making his job easier. Just think he's your friend, he's your family member, and you want to make his job easier. That's the best approach. State the standard, then apply it. Write it in as neat way. Neat means leaving spaces, pointers, headings, paragraphs, whatever approach you like. And please, if you don't know the number of IFRS, don't state the number. Because if I see someone writing IFRS 38, I will have a skeptical mind now. IFRS 38, it's IS 38. And someone says IS 31 instead of IS 32. Now I will be skeptical that this person doesn't know the number. So now I'll become more strict. I'll be like, okay, what he's written. So try to do these silly mistakes as less as possible. That's what I give as a recommendation.
Okay, so that was wonderfully explained. And so the next question is that we have seen so many students doing FR and SBR by self-study. So what, according to you, are the best resources that they should use while they are self-studying?
Right.
Apart from your YouTube channel, we know that they use that.
That's the best source. That's the best.
Of course.
So I have many people who join my WhatsApp groups. I keep on asking them, like I give them a plan. I know you guys are also giving planners.
Yeah.
But yeah, for SBR specifically, not any other subject, just SBR and FR, I will give them a weekly goal that's self-study students in the WhatsApp group, and they will first do that. Now that thing they can do anywhere from the YouTube sources. I know one of my friends, she's Sabi Akhtar. Yeah, so she's also teaching SBR on YouTube. I've not gone through her videos, but I've heard good reviews.
Yeah.
So you can use any resource you want to. If you want tutor support, if you want live interaction, if you want someone to cater to your doubts, that's not possible in free resources. That's why tutors come into the picture, right? I think now these days there are many free videos available. I used personally when I was a student, I used open tuition, and I say it openly that I used open tuition, man. I didn't have time to go to tuitions with my 11th and 12th. So you can use many resources. Now there are so many budding educators. You guys also are teaching, right? So back in my time, there was none. So there was only one option, that was open tuition. Now you have Tashrita Gupta, you have being ACCA, right? So people should come to your channel and our channel, and they should watch the free resources. There are game changer series that I conduct. There are fast track revisions that are conducted. There is a Wi-Fi channel, right? For SBR, I am taking up Wi-Fi's platform. And then you have your podcast. Recently, I've started with podcast. Just one day before the exam, just listen to that and you're done. So it's a fast track revision. So there are many free resources available. But still, if you find, I think in SBR specifically, like what's something which is not what you don't get in self-study, which you get in paid classes, is the interaction. So if you have a substitute for interaction for doubts, then go for self-study. You have resources enough available. In my classes, the USP about my classes would be the interaction only, because I will make everyone turn on the cameras and they will be interacting. Now things have changed. You guys were there back then. Now we turn on the cameras, we talk, and we just learn the concepts while talking only. So that's something different.
Okay. So the last question in this segment is that keeping in mind the economic changes that are happening nowadays and also the developments in artificial intelligence, how do you think that the students will be impacted when they apply for jobs?
Okay. I think AI you have to use if you are recruited somewhere. You can use that AI thing for your benefit. So you should be adapting to it. We learn the concept of adaptation in SBL, no? There's a change management.
Yeah.
So basically, you have to change with time. Now, previously, when I was not aware of ChatGPT, I used to type my description and all those hashtags. You guys can relate to it. Now I just put it up on ChatGPT. Please give me my description and my hashtags, and I'll just copy and paste in the YouTube. So you have to cater to these things. You have to use yourself to those resources. You should be basically make sure that you are able to use them, optimizing the resources. First of all. Secondly, don't think that your job will be stolen because of AI. Make yourself that much perfect now that you are telling your employer that, I know how to use these platforms. So when I would think about any editor, if I think about any person who's a content writer and he tells me, I know how to automate this, that, and I know I will make your work easier, I'll make your job easier, I'll be lucrated that, oh my God, he knows so much. So he will help me in my work as an employer perspective. That's what I do. So I would be good to go with that employee. He has that knowledge, he knows. And if other person says, I'll do everything manually, so that's a different thing, right? So make yourself resourceful, make yourself good in AI also. So it's not, don't think that AI is your enemy. Think he's your friend and make use of it to the maximum. No one can take the jobs of the accountants. AI can't do the accounting part. Okay, you are the supervisor. They can do bookkeeping, etc. Supervising is still with the chartered accountant, still with the ACCA. Your signature have a value. So don't worry.
Yes, totally agree with you on that. I think that it's all about, upskilling yourself at the same time so that you use it to your advantage rather than losing your job to it. So, yeah, beautifully put. Now we have the fun segment. So it's a light-hearted segment. Let's begin. How do you like to spend your time when you are not teaching students?
Okay, that's very less of the time when I'm not teaching. Okay, so mostly my time is for my students only. Like for example, I'm free right now, right? Right, the exams are over. So I'll be interacting them. We have WhatsApp groups. I'll be just poking them what's going on. We are going on vacations or something like that. And apart from that, I have some friend groups. So I would be interacting with them. I will be reading books, some self-growth books, because that is really essential that when you put so much of hard work across the quarter, you need some mental peace, and that time that you get, you need to refill yourself. So that I would do. Vacation. If students are going on vacation, tutors would also go. So that's what I do. And apart from that, during the quarter, I literally, you guys know, right? You have been asking me for the session since long. So especially when you're doing offline teaching also. So it's really not so easy schedule. It's a hectic schedule, so you don't get time. If you get time to listen to songs, that's the best. That's the maximum. So that's what I do when I'm free. Nothing great.
Okay, so which paper was your favorite when you were appearing for ACCA exams?
It was not SBR. It was AAA, and I learned SBR while I was preparing for AAA. So I started teaching AAA, and then I got an opportunity with Wi-Fi. So they wanted SBR tutor, and I was already taking up SBR also because, as I said, there's an overlap. If you know AAA, you know SBR. If you know SBR, you know AAA. It's just like that. So it's just an addition. If you know IFRS, then add ISAs to it. Now you're a AAA expert also. So I was good in AAA. That is the reason I was good in SBR. And now with experience, things have changed. Now my favorite is anytime SBR.
Okay, so now we have some this or that questions. Try to be as quick as you can be. Okay, so teaching or studying?
Teaching,
Okay, teaching SBR or teaching FR?
SBR,
Okay, content creation or teaching?
teaching.
Okay, the ACCA study hub or the Kaplan kits or texts?
As of now, Kaplan.
Okay, taking live classes or marking answer scripts?
Live classes. I don't like
Not one tutor has told marking answer scripts. All
I don't
right.
like it.
Okay, so the last one that we have is which is your favorite Bollywood movie?
Okay, I need to take time for this. Uh, I've not watched any Bollywood movie recently. Which one? Maybe Three Idiots? You ask me series, Kota Factory is there, then you ask me any other series that I think I would watch. I don't like Bollywood.
Okay, but if you want to catch up, you can go and watch Jawan. It's really
Yes,
good.
please.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good.
Ask from a Shah Rukh Khan fan like me.
Okay. I recently watched Jailer with my students in Kochi. That's the recent movie that I watched.
Was that good?
Yes, very good. Rajnikant.
Okay, so let's end the session with like a final question from you. Like now students would be gearing up for their December attempt and they would be starting their preparation for FR and SBR. So what should they start with? Like how should they start with the starting? Like we know that you would recommend like for taking classes, but otherwise if they want to prepare for SBR and FR, how should they begin with it?
You are talking about self-study students?
Maybe like a combination of both?
Hmm. First of all, you should get an idea into the syllabus. You should know what you're getting into, right? Just don't start aimlessly. Make an aim, get a plan. Very important. So, you should know which thing you're going to cover in the coming week. What are the challenges of this paper? So, we conduct orientation classes. You guys have been through that, right? So, we tell you that, okay, this is the course syllabus, this is the important area, this is the strategy, this is I show the past papers in the orientation class, this is how you're being tested. So if you just aimlessly start with the syllabus, I've seen students, they would start with the chapter 1, ma'am, chapter 1 done. Do you know what is the importance of chapter 1, where it is asked, where it will fit in your paper? So your strategy, because your exam cycle is just 2.5 months, you can't say that I learned the strategy last month. You have to learn it in the day one, right? So that's what I feel. Get the strategy on hand, get to know the challenges of the paper, and then have a plan, direction, so that you know that, okay, this is my target. I have to complete this by this time. Assess yourself where you are going, right? Review yourself. And by review, I mean if you are able to do practice side by side, that's the best part. Because if you say I'll keep the practice towards the end, that creates a lot of mess according to me. I don't know what other students have as an experience. In SBR, even we have a, if you using Kaplan kit, we have page number 19 where they've given you topic wise requirements, that this topic, this requirement relates to IS 16, this requirement relates to this IS 40. So it's like you can go with the topic wise questions in SBR also up to certain extent. At least try. So if you are doing it with a tutor, I am sure tutor is taking care of it. If you're doing it yourself, then you have to take care of it, right? So you can't say I was doing it by myself, so I deferred the kit. That will create a deferred tax liability.
All right then. So thank you so much for watching this. We hope that this was useful and will continue to be of use for all the students who prepare for FR and SBR. Thank you so much for taking out time, Tashvita. We are very grateful for that. You are always, working your best towards helping the ACCA community. So cheers to that, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.